I couldn't wait for them to call my play, you know, because most of it, fake to here, give it to Darren, or Darren, he's at the quarterback spot, and fake here, he runs it. But, you know, as soon as they hand it off, like I said, once I get that ball in my hand, I had to impress everybody in the stadium, coaches on the sideline too, just to let them know, hey man, I deserve to get the ball too and be on this field just as well. So that was my mindset the whole way coming in.
So it looks a little different around here as we sit in the north end zone.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like for you?
Very new.
Very new.
Yeah, I'm coming to the stadium that I thought I knew it. Well, as far as entryway, but this is awesome.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, you were talking about like, wow, they got that new locker room downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see that in a minute. They got the one over there in the practice facility.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? How different is it now from when you played, which wasn't that well? I guess it's been 16 years. I was about to say it hadn't been that long, but man, we getting old.
I say the things that Arkansas is doing now, as far as recruiting and everything, getting these kids to understand that we have the facilities and everything that you may see in Alabama or whatever other. We have that and more and better, and I think that's a great recruiting field that Arkansas is doing, man, because, you know, all you can do is get better and better and better as far as facility, but still yet you have to have those coaches, and I think we have the coaches here, you know, to kind of show them, and like Coach Nutt, you know, he was that guy who showed us, hey, be the great one that you can be. Understand that this is a platform for you, and, you know, do your best at it. And I think Arkansas is creating a great platform for kids to come here and just to perform and have fun and enjoy themselves just like I did.
Yeah, it's a competitive program.
Absolutely.
You know, it really started with Coach Nutt, you know.
Absolutely.
3 SEC championship games in a 10-year period, you know, showing that Arkansas could compete. You could have gone a lot of places, a lot of blue blood programs. Why did you choose Arkansas?
Man, I'm gonna go back to Coach Nutt. Coach Nutt came, I had a lot of different coaches come to my house, but Coach Nutt, he stuck out to me because he went up to my room, he seen that, you know, all right, he's a young man, he's a young guy, he's not, you know, everything can be perfect. If I seen a room that was clean and absolutely perfect, I don't know if I wanted to deal with him. But, you know, he came to my room, he seen all the imperfections that I had, and, you know, he was still like, hey, we can help him, we can do this. And I appreciated that from him. Because, well, I had a few head coaches come through, but not as much emphasis that he put in on it.
Like detail,
relationship.
Absolutely.
He was willing to dig in, you know, instead of just looking at the upfront look of it. You know, he was willing to, hey, we can work with this one.
Yeah. Well, you were also really good. That helps.
Well,
I mean, you were a track star, football star in high school. Who were some of the other schools you were considering at the time?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
A&M, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Those were the schools that offered me, I guess.
You were at Booker T, a traditionally good program in Tulsa.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just getting any type of notoriety was good as far for myself at that point in time. So, like I said, when Coach Nutt actually made his visit or came down, it was a mind-changing everything, you know, because I felt like he was in it for me.
Yeah.
Instead of in it for himself as far as his job or whatever. He was in it to help me you know, so that's what.
What was life like for you growing up?
I grew up to the point where I didn't complain about things. It wasn't, you know, I wasn't living in poverty or anything.
Yeah.
I had a house, like I said, I had my mom and my dad.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, and so it wasn't like I missed out on anything, but what I was wanting from college was, or from the next level of playing sports was acceptance, and then, you know, that scholarship. You know, I didn't need my mom or dad to take care of me going to the next level because that was my choice.
Yeah.
Now, if I didn't decide to go to college or didn't want to be more than what I was, it's not their choice. So that's what I kind of left up for myself, was like, if I can get myself into a position to where I have major colleges coming to my house to recruit me, I'm gonna do my best to get there and make my parents proud. So that was my mindset at that point in time. Like I said, I always use football as a tool. I use football as a tool to get me to where I need to be. And this was a stepping stone right here.
Yeah. Did you love football?
I love basketball at the beginning.
Yeah.
When I knew that athletic abilities can get you somewhere, obviously, you know, you can be smart. I mean, really, same things comes with anything that you decide to be a part of, because it takes a mindset, it takes effort, and it takes your body or you doing what you need to do to get there. So that's what I did, you know, and it's always been, you know, for me, what am I gonna do to get better for myself, to help myself, to raise my family, to do better for my family? And that's how I always looked at it.
There was no NIL then.
I hated that.
That would have been nice.
It should have been at the point in time, but, you know, even at them difficult times, you still had to keep working and get to where your goal is.
How hard was that in college? You know, just a lot of work.
I was talking to my wife earlier today. It was tough.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't get a chance. We was always at football practice or always in school. Didn't have a chance to go work, because even if you did work, it's a possibility that you can get expelled or something for some employees that's doing something for you.
Getting overpaid or something like that.
Exactly
and
right.
We didn't have cost of living then. You know, like so that's all since you were in college.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably a little bit of a grind.
It was tough, man.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was either asking coaches, hey man, how can I help myself? You know, pay a bill. Now you gotta understand, we a couple years in, we wanna live off campus. So at that point in time, it's like, coach, I'm struggling. Coach, what's it? I need some gas to get.
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, come on over here. You gotta be at practice. You gotta do this, gotta do that. So I learned how to take the bus, stuff like that. I had to sacrifice.
No way. Felix Jones was taking a bus?
Man, I took the school bus all the time.
Tell me more about that life.
Oh, I was going to school.
Were you signing autographs on the bus?
No. I was sitting there just like we sitting here right now.
People didn't recognize you?
Man, no.
Shoot.
I took the school bus to class. They dropped me off here. If I had to go ride it longer, I would. Man,
they might take you in a golf cart now. They might take you right up to the door.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a different world.
How things have changed.
Yeah.
So, no, it was a struggle, and you know, I think that struggle helped me be a better person, because it's like, you know, you can never, you know, feel like you're better than certain things. Get that out your mind. Everybody go through certain things that they might not want to, but once you get past it, it's like, hey, I respect person that does this. I respect the person that does this. So, you know, that's why I've always been a humble person, because that right there humbled me.
What was it like when you got to Arkansas? What do you remember about showing up on campus? Were you expecting to play a lot? What were you thinking?
I don't know. I really don't. I was ready to come in. I was ready to come in and change the aspect of how they looked at that position. I knew that they had already established running back like Peyton. They had
Howard.
Yeah, D Howard. Yeah, they already had.
And McFadden was in the same recruiting class.
So I didn't come in thinking that.
It's a lot of people. That's a big group.
Right.
Of talented players.
For me, it was like grind. When you get your time, when you get your chance to show, give it your best effort. That's how I always looked at it, and I think that it worked out for me.
I'd say so. And you were on kickoff return. And
take advantage of every play you get. When that ball is in your hand, if you can go score a touchdown, go score a touchdown.
From the 18-yard line, it's Jones. Jones has an alley, and he might go. There's a flag down, and Felix Jones is gone. Goodbye. He just did.
Illegal block below the waist on the kicking team. Penalty is declined. It will be a touchdown.
Hey, with a name like Jones, you know he can.
What was it frustrating early? That first season, freshman year, you guys did some good things, but you went 4-7, and it was a little bit of a rebuilding year. Was it frustrating early on? You and D-Mac really weren't playing, like first couple games much.
D-Dog was playing.
Yeah.
He was playing.
Yeah. He started playing more before you did.
Yeah, he did.
But I remember, I think it was the Vanderbilt game where Darius Howard got like most of the carries, and maybe D-Mac had one or two. Mm-hmm. And it was like, you know, and then it changed.
Now you say D-Mac only got 2 or 3 carries on that game. How many did I get?
0.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a changing point.
Yep.
You know, when you get a chance to get out there on that football field, hey, you get a chance. You get your chance, make the best of it. Even if it's 2 or 3 yards. For me, it was just make a play.
Every year. You had 4. So you had 2 in 1 year, right? Because you were here 3. But that's pretty incredible to get at least 1 every year. How are you so good on kickoff returns, even as a freshman?
Get the ball in your hands, make a play.
You make a play.
Keep the offense on the sideline.
Yeah.
That's what it was. If I'm not gonna be on offense, keep them on the sideline. Kick it off. If they score, if the opponent scores again, kick it off back to me. Hopefully I score again. But that was my intentions, man. It's like if I don't get a chance to be on that specific group, I'm gonna try to make a play.
You were on kickoff return your entire career here, but then 2006, your sophomore year, things changed because coach not recruited you. He was calling the plays, whatever. Here comes Gus Malzahn.
Yep.
And, you know, these freshmen from Springdale and you know, a lot of things going on there. But also now there's a kind of a new offense for you in D-Mac. But what do you remember about this whole transition and everything that was happening and how things begin to change for you personally?
I like the fact that I was on the field.
Yeah.
Even if it's running across or being a decoy or whatever it was, I like the fact that I was on the field. I wanted to play. I knew I can help this team. And so I embraced whatever role they was gonna give me. And, you know, excited about it. So I made the best of it.
Was there ever any jealousy in the back of your head?
Hell no.
D-Mac's getting the ball more?
No? It was, because I practiced with D-Dog, and I wanted him to be good. Just because I knew who I was
so you
myself.
guys were tight.
Yeah. As far as I know, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't have, that wasn't any problem with you. There's no animosity.
Nothing.
And it really, like, it's interesting. I don't know what your career would have been like. I mean, you're still a good running back if D-Mac hadn't been here and you didn't have that offense. But I mean, it ended up working out pretty well for you because, you know, you hold the record in school history for yards per touch. I mean, you were 8 and 7 yards average per time you touched the ball. And part of that's because of the way the offense was set up, which means you're going to get hit less.
Absolutely.
Maybe give you a little bit more life expectancy on the football field because running backs get hit a lot. You know, it's a shorter career on average. And so when you did get that ball and you weren't the decoy in that Wildcat, what was that like? What did that feel like?
Fun. Make sure I make the safety miss and get as many yards or touchdown. You know, excited. I couldn't wait for them to call my play, you know, because most of it, fake to hear it, give it to Darren, or Darren, he's at the quarterback spot, and fake here, he runs it. But, you know, as soon as they hand it off, like I said, once I get that ball in my hand, I had to impress everybody in the stadium, coaches on the sideline too, just to let them know, hey, man, I deserve to get the ball too and be on this field just as well. So that was my mindset the whole way coming in.
Jones on the end around. He's got great speed across midfield. Still on his feet. Felix Jones might be gone. He is. Touchdown, Arkansas. 76 yards.
That's a good mentality to have. I think it's hard sometimes to have that when you're not getting it.
Well, I didn't know. But I didn't. Well, I tell you this, coming into Arkansas, I knew D-Dog was four-star, five-star running back, and native from Arkansas, and he committed to. So I knew it was going to be a competition. I never flaked away from competition. I wanted that, you know. That way, I can better myself, and if anything, I can better him. But, you know, the thing was to better myself or just compete. And once we competed in the practice field, they can't stop us on the real field. And if our defense couldn't stop us, what other defense could? So I always had the mindset of go in there and work, give your best, don't give up. Never lack on practice. Practice is where you get your stage. And then once they put up the stage like this, you go perform. You do your thing. It was easy for us. Take that back. It was hard work for us in practice because we worked hard, we competed. Darren was the best running back in the damn nation.
Sure was. But what about you?
I gave him the challenge, I guess.
Y'all might have been the best too.
So
that was a 1-2 punch, man.
That's why
like when people would come up and they'd say, "Hey, man, what's the game plan? You know, this weekend?" It's like pretty simple: 5 and 25. D-Mac 5, you 25. And then you got Peyton Hillis, you got Monk.
Yeah. I mean, the Louisiana game, man, that game when, I swear, they thought they was it.
Talking about LSU?
Yeah. They thought they was it, but we came in there random. So that's when I knew. I said, "Man, we untouchable." And I wish we should have won national championship. We had 2 chances to do it. We beat the national championship team, LSU. Mm-hmm. Could have beat Florida to go to the national championship, but
that's right.
God had other plans for us.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't always quite work out, but still a lot of success. And you guys were an unbelievable 1-2 punch. What do you remember about when the Wildcat was first introduced, and you're like, man, I'm gonna be on the field a lot. What was happening there? What do you remember about it?
Just hopefully they give me the ball.
Yeah. You must have gotten excited, like, okay, now I'm not in an offense anymore where you know I'm gonna be spelling D-Mac, you know, and getting 8 carries or whatever, 5 carries out of the tailback position a game.
Well, I really thought it was gonna be dangerous because if you're gonna get me out there on the edge, sweeping, because that's, I guess, I felt like that was my best tangible threat at that point in time, was the speed, just getting outside. I said, oh, well, coach, man, you're a genius for this. But also, I still felt like I can line up in the backfield too, and do just as good. So, I mean, it was a blessing for me. I really got a chance to kind of, I guess, show whatever I needed to show.
Record for kickoff return, average, almost 30 yards. You know, a return, 28.2. I feel you. 2007, you were first team All-American. I mean, you know how many people can say that? Like, they're not many. Mm-hmm. Like, that's of all the guys that play football, 22 guys, if you count both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Exactly,
you know, 100 plus teams. Yeah. How many can ever say I was a first team All-American? You can say you were on, but there's only one first team. You know, I mean, we don't have many multiple first teamers.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you weren't necessarily the featured back. But you said it earlier, like you didn't care. It wasn't your thing. You just wanted to play.
I just wanted to play. That was it. The football was my thing. Football, I love football. I love to come out here and give it my best effort. And that's how I looked at it. It was a joy for me to be out in the field. You know, when these stadium is filled with many people, how you know, pumped up you can be. That's what it was. It wasn't a necessary, oh, I need to be the best. I need to do that. I need to do that. No, I just wanted to have fun, and that's what it was.
Well, yeah, you gave fans a lot to smile about. That's for sure. What are some of your best memories from being a Razorback?
Walking up and down these hills, going to college, going to class. I swear that was the best feelings, you know.
Yeah.
Because it was, yeah. Obviously, this is easy to come out and practice and do all that, but walking these campuses and being a part of something that's bigger than yourself, and you know your family can brag about, and all of that, man. Now they can't say that I flunked out of school. They can't say I had bad grades. I went to school. I did all of that because I wanted to be a good student. I wanted to, you know, do that. This was a plus for me. So being here, I can be bigger than, you know, myself here. I can tell somebody else, hey, go to school, enjoy your school, enjoy the atmosphere of meeting new people and figuring out what they want to be a part, what they want to do in life. You know, you might join them. You know, you might get the idea of y'all joining together and creating something big like what's the Walmart?
Yeah.
Or what was it? We got chicken. We got
Tyson's Chicken. JB Hunt.
Man, I swear, I tell you, Arkansas had so much when I got here. I was like, whoa, these big businesses here.
Yeah. What'd you study?
Kinesiology.
Yeah.
I was liking my body. I like it.
Yeah.
But, you know, as far as an athlete, this is
that's the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't trying to be, you know,
you can
an 8-year MD.
Because it takes away from practice time, all that. You can have classes at the time we practice, and it's like, no, you got to be down here. So, I mean, I found something that was going.
That's going to work for you.
You work for us.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's and you weren't alone in that. That was all over the country. You know, that's the way a lot of it was back then, and really probably how you could manage it all. And then we could talk about how you dressed up on Halloween, like Flintstone characters, you and D-Mac. Am I bringing back some good memories for you?
Yeah.
I always thought you were shy in college. Maybe it was just the media. Maybe if it was the media around, you kind of like, maybe that was your humility. But did you have fun? Like when cameras weren't around, were you having a good time?
I did.
Were you talking to people?
Always.
Yeah, you weren't quiet.
I
You weren't
wasn't.
shy.
I wasn't. The thing is, when it comes to the cameras and the media and stuff like that, you know, if I'm hanging, I used to hang around with D-Dog.
Yeah.
So
Why do you call him D-Dog?
that's what he said.
Does anybody else call him D-Dog?
He said, "Hey man, don't call me Darren." That's what he told. Call me Dog, because that's what he's kind of, you know.
I like it.
Yeah. So
That's fitting for him.
that's what he got right here.
That's what's up.
501.
There you go.
Dog.
There
right
you go. There
So,
you go.
Yeah. So, that was. I mean, hanging with him, he used to always get all the shine of media. You know, it wasn't me being shy. It was that I just didn't get it. I wasn't the person that they came talk to. They talked to him. So I used to.
Did that bother you?
No. I go sit down somewhere until he done.
Man, if you think about it, like this could have not gone well. Like if you weren't okay with that. And I don't mean you weren't competitive about it or you didn't work hard or like that. But some personalities are just different, right?
You're right.
Like y'all were, you know, not to be weird about it with this analogy, but y'all were a good marriage. Like that was a good fit.
that was my dude. I like the way he worked. He did not, the one thing he did not do was parade his fame. He didn't, I gotta do this, gotta do this. If it came up, we're gonna take care of this, go do that, and he came back. And he didn't mention, oh yeah, I just talked about this, talked about that, No, it was, with him, with us, in our relationship, it was like, we didn't talk about football, nothing like that. It was like, hey, what's life, what's going on with you, man? I see your car, I like your car, all this and that, you know, stuff like that. But it was never, yeah, Darren, I'm about to go beat you in this race. I'm about to go, you know, get 100 yards this next game. And no, our work showed up on the field. We didn't talk about it. We had to do none of that because we worked hard at it. So, you know, it was more of just a friendship, relationship, you know. I know you're good at that. You ain't got to talk about it. Let's see what we can do out here in Arkansas, in Fayetteville. He's from Arkansas, but let's see, you know, let's go hang out. What's over here? What's over there? So, I mean, it was, and I like that about him because football was one thing we did. But football wasn't everything we do. So.
Yeah, not who you are.
No, it's not.
It's part of what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's a lot going on, you know, in your time in college, some real star power. I mean, D-Mac went to the Heisman, you know, final ceremony twice.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Hillis ended up becoming the cover of Madden
Ain't
later
that something?
in the
Right.
NFL. You know, so you and Felix, we'll talk about this, or you and D-Mac, we'll talk about your NFL career in a second, but you were both first-round draft picks. And then Peyton, who was in the same backfield, ends up being on the cover of Madden later. I mean, that's rare air. That's crazy.
He did it. He made it happen. Peyton made it happen. That was the mindset we had in that backfield. It was like, you go make it happen. Go do what you need to do. You know, we all here for a reason. I'm sure we all have the same goals in mind. But am I going to tell you what to do? Or am I going to show you how to do it? I'm sure Peyton was frustrated when we got here. He was already here.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, his freshman year, he was the man. He was the guy. That next year, Darren, Felix Jones is the guy. Or, you know.
Right.
So he got to a place where he said, all right, well, hey, once I get to this, I'm going to reestablish myself. And he did that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm happy for Peyton. You know, shoot. I understand that, you know, if you was behind or trying to fit in or make yourself legit again once you get 2 new guys in here, and you know they're trying to set their place in this organization as well. I can see him being upset, but Peyton went out there and did his thing.
Yeah,
in the league.
Yeah, well, he played great in college too.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it's hard for maybe fans sometimes for us to understand what it's like being a coach and trying to manage all the egos. Mm-hmm. It's a good problem to have a bunch of talent.
Coach Nutt need to be sitting right here, right now.
Yeah, you know, it's fun, but that's a lot to deal with too.
Yeah, it is.
And not everybody's great at the same thing. And honestly, you know, and I don't care to get into who gets the credit, whether it's Malzahn or, you know, Coach Houston Nutt or Coach Danny Nutt, whoever, right? But at the end of the day, it seemed like y'all ended up being in the right positions to make the most out of what you had, you know, and that was fun to watch. And it's interesting to me that the personality mix had something to do with that because you can be mad at each other, you know, I can go south.
I don't think that would have helped any of us get to where we was gonna be. Being upset that you getting more notoriety, getting more play time than I am. Because like I said, I knew who I was. I knew when I get the ball in my hands, I'm gonna try to go as far as I can. So it wasn't a step. It was embrace. Hey, you better go score, because if you give me the ball, I'm gonna go score. Then we're gonna be on defense. We're gonna be waiting again. Then if you get out there first, you better go score.
Yeah. I mean, I gave you guys a lot of credit for that, and especially you. But I just had a memory of the 2006 SEC championship game. I think I got this right. D-Max at quarterback. It looks like y'all about to run the Wildcat. Yeah. But you didn't run the Wildcat. Mm-mm. What happened?
Oh.
No Felix coming across in motion.
No. I remember that play. It was on Netflix.
What do you mean, where? What's it on Netflix?
Florida got that little thing.
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's Swamp Kings.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
So, so what happens?
That's so good.
Why I didn't do the actual go across is because there was nobody lined up in front of me.
Because they know you just run across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me and Darren, it wasn't the coaches. Me and Darren, it was like, if there ain't nobody in front of you, tap your face mask like this. And he get it and throw it quick as he could. So that's what I did, because there wasn't nobody in front of me. So I looked at him, he looked at me, tapped my face mask, got the ball through it. We got in the end zone. So it was I don't think it was an actual play, because I was supposed to, but that signal right there, that's what happened. That's how it happened.
Y'all talking like that?
Yeah, we had plays on it. I mean, it was like, that's why I couldn't get mad, or, you know, because we had fun, man.
Yeah.
We enjoyed ourselves on the football field. Even when he's out there and I'm not out there, it's like, all right, I see what you did, Darren. I'm about to go score though. I'm about to go score. So I mean, we enjoyed ourselves, and that was one of the things that kept us like that Wildcat, that formation. We can expand as much as we wanted to with that. So it was just fun.
Run at Arkansas. Your sophomore and junior years were, you know, fun. Like after a little frustration as a freshman. Was there any thought to coming back? You ended up going into the NFL draft, but did you think about coming back, or how hard of a decision was it, or was it not hard at all?
Yeah, it was a little difficult. It was, because I didn't feel like my profile was good, like McFadden to get, you know, drafted or whatever it was gonna be.
You know he's leaving.
I knew he was gone.
Yeah, so
But at the same time, Coach Nutt was going. He was leaving. We was having a new coaching staff. Didn't know what was gonna be you know, up for the next year, how this coach was gonna use me, if I was gonna be able to be, you know, that running back, make sure my health was good.
I mean, you got millions.
Man, it was
staring at you.
Yeah, it was.
Had you had millions before?
No. No.
I mean, right? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and then you're getting it at the, you know, the peak of where people think, all right, I can get this player. He's gonna be good. He's gonna have. So yeah, that was my mindset at that point in time. My junior year, to leave because I felt like my stock was high. It was good enough to be drafted, and I took that chance.
Did you think you were a first-round pick?
I was hoping so.
You thought it was a possibility?
I was hoping so. Hey, that was my if it wasn't that high as far as the stock, as far as what I thought, I wouldn't have left. I would have gave it another try if I didn't think it was gonna be possible for me to get picked by a team in the NFL, but also thinking that, you know, with no new coaching staff and Coach not being here, Coach Malzahn not being here to use us as we, it's like, man, what am I getting myself into? So that was my process, and, you know, I got a little advice from one of my coaches. He said, you need to go ahead and leave. Yeah. Go ahead, go.
Yeah.
Because I think you can make it just as good as McFadden is, because obviously he's #1 running back going. So I knew that was gonna, you know, happen for him, but it was me thinking, like, where do I land in this position as far as entering the draft? So when I got professional help as well, and, you know, my coach was thinking that, you know, I think you'll be able to make it. You'll be able to get drafted. And I took that chance. I jumped over that rope and said, hey, here I am.
So what was draft day like? What do you remember about that?
Stressful. A little stressful. Because I done watched 21 people in front of me. And, you know, I'm hearing, okay, well, I got a little bit of knowledge that either I'm going first round, second round. That's how I kind of gauge if I'm gonna be picked. But man, it was wonderful that I got a chance to meet with Jerry Jones at one point in time. And the man told me, hey, I like both of y'all. Hopefully I get one of y'all. And
there you were.
Confidence skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It was like, you ain't getting Darren, because Darren gonna go soon.
Yeah.
And I know your pick is later on, so.
Yeah.
So I got excited, man. I got excited when he said that, and that's when history changed. Family changed, everything changed. We are already Cowboy fans, so.
Yeah.
Just.
I mean, you're in Tulsa. You're not that far away.
Come on now. So everybody was in town. We Cowboy fans now. So
cool.
man, I don't.
That's cool.
That is. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Did you like the Cowboys growing up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's too good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's too good.
So I mean, it was a blessing, man. I swear, it was God looking out for me the whole time.
So how would you sum up your 6 years in the NFL? It's probably 3 times as long as the average NFL career. I think it's two something years.
Mm-hmm.
For most people, like even that get to the NFL, making it 2 years is a lot. But 6 years is, you know, especially for a running back. And you had some injuries and stuff. How would you sum up your NFL career? I mean, you ran for over, I don't know. I mean, you averaged, I looked it up today, you averaged like 4.7 yards a carry. I mean, that's pretty good. He had like 2,100 yards and 600 something carries.
Injuries killed my career.
Cowboys and Steelers. Tell me about your injuries.
It killed my career. I didn't have as many injuries as I did here at Arkansas, but when I got to the professional league, it was like back to back, everything, just ankle, knee, this, that, hamstring, whatever.
And there's always somebody else coming.
There's always somebody
Like
else.
elite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, that was the toughest part for me because I could never get going as good as I wanted to, and it just didn't give me everything that I needed to prove to this professional team that I was supposed to be here, because every time I would get out there and do something, ankle sprain or knee injury or hamstring pull or something that I wouldn't normally have, but I guess it was just more stress on myself, or just being there and trying to prove that I'm supposed to be here instead of just letting it happen. But those are things that I kind of reminisce about a lot, because it's like, could I help prevent this injury, or could I help but that's something that I can never go back and change because it's already happened. But that was my dilemma, was injuries when I got to that stage.
Felix Jones, the return. Felix Jones past David Akers. Felix Jones being chased down by Debs. Touchdown. Rookie from Arkansas.
Arkansas, man, you just don't know how important this was for me. This was a big deal that I can, grow. I was in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, small place. Like my man said, it's Tulsa, but getting here, we was on a national stage, and, I was able to get myself to a position where I can excel and take care of my family one day. That's what I'm definitely appreciative of, because this is an opportunity that I never would have thought I would have got if it wasn't for this school and this university here to allow me to be myself and grow.
So you're going into the Hall of Honor at Arkansas later tonight while we're taping this podcast. What's that thought and feeling that you have? Obviously it's good, but what's it, when you found that out, what were you thinking to yourself?
Privilege.
Yeah.
The fact that, I can't, Arkansas offered me a chance to be great. And I took that chance with Arkansas. And, for me to be here now, as far as talking about, the Hall of Honor, oh man, it blows my mind, because, I was just trying to come here and be somebody that maybe can get to the next level. Because that was my whole idea once I get to Arkansas. Hopefully I can change my family's life by getting to the NFL or maybe or something, get some money out of this. Or just find a profession from Arkansas and change my family life as well. So,
You thought you might be working at Tyson or something?
man, if that was the case, or if create your own business, whatever it may be. So, being honored with this very extinguished, position, it's very humbling, and to have my children here too, to walk around and see all the new things. See, some of the things I see is new for me, but to see them coming to a campus, college campus, hopefully it rise and said, we can do something like Daddy did, or do something better than him. So this is very pleasurable as far as myself and being here, and I'm very honored to accept this and be a part of this organization for a lifetime. So yeah, this is extraordinary for me.
Well, congrats, you earned it.
I appreciate it.
You earned it, bro.
Thank you, man.
Tell me about your family. How many kids you got?
I got 3 girls.
3? Oh man, 3 girls.
Yes,
okay, we can stop talking about
I'm
that.
fighting.
I'm just kidding.
I'm a fighting man. I'm a fighting man. Yeah. So, it's wonderful to have my babies because, they're excited for me being here and doing this.
Do you got them all? Is that your wife that you have with you?
That's my wife, yeah.
And 3 girls?
And I got my 2 babies. I got
2, okay.
Yeah, I got an older one and she's at school. She couldn't miss school.
Okay.
But
good job, Dad.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Keep her in school.
I can, hopefully they can understand that this is important. Yeah. Educational part. That's why I speak on going to class and everything, because that was new. I knew football already, but going to an organization, big old classroom filled with 30 plus people, and being a part of that, it's like, they handed out lesson plans, syllabuses. Okay, I need to get one too. I guess I'm in this class as well. But that was the change. That was a game changer for me. That this is new. This is bigger and better than what I think it is. I always want to be the example for the next person. Hey, do it, try it. You might love it. And then you might be an example for the next person. So, it keeps it going, and I was always happy to be here on campus. My mama and daddy dropped me off. They out here too. They dropped me off and left me with no card or nothing. But I guess that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So it was.
Well, yeah.
It was like, what am I supposed to do? I gotta walk everywhere? Cause I had a car in high school, but you drop somebody off in college, and it's like,
Did you buy a car after you got the NFL contract?
Oh yeah, after that. After that, but before that, it was.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Let me ride your bike.
Yeah, can I borrow your bike? Yeah. They didn't have those scooters that they have now
Yeah,
either.
they do. Yeah,
They didn't have those scooters. You can just grab one of those.
I'll tell you a story.
You had to get the motorized one.
I had a scooter. I borrowed one of my scooters, a scooter from one of my friends. It's the first time he heard that, if you're listening. I wrecked it. I kind of slid. I was driving and I turned the corner too, and it kind of scraped up.
Wheels came out?
Yeah.
You didn't get hurt?
I didn't get hurt because I hopped off.
That would have been a bigger story.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, man, sorry about your scooter.
Yeah.
But we need to not have you on a scooter because we got to have you playing on Saturday.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun that happened down here.
You actually had a college experience.
I
You were a
did,
college
man.
kid.
That's why I enjoyed this.
And you were happy about it.
Yeah.
Even though
yeah.
some of it was hard.
Absolutely.
What are you doing now? Are you pursuing any other business interest or career stuff? Or I know you're being a dad.
Trying to invest and build on everything that I got going now. So that's what trying to be.
I looked up your net worth before we came here. You can Google that stuff, and it said you still have some money. Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything else about it.
Yeah,
that stuff's about 1% accurate.
Well, that's why we come to school.
Yeah.
That way we can make sure we build.
Then you can take care of your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
so you got. Did you ever finish your degree? Okay, you're working on that.
We're working on that. Yeah.
Well, I can't judge. I didn't either. So.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But I also didn't play in the NFL, so I have no excuses. I just don't have as much money to count, so I don't need that much.
Well, I'm just
education.
saying, you still, with having that success in the NFL too, you can never go wrong with going back and getting your education or finishing what you.
It's
what
still
you
there.
Have. Yeah, it is.
It's still there.
I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. If I want to do what I started on, I want to try something new. But
I feel you. So now that your time here is over and you're going into the Hall of Honor, how do you hope Razorback fans remember Felix Jones?
I would hope they remember me. Just giving all I got, being excited on that football field, and just also remember my smile. Shoot, that's all I can give was my smile and my effort and being happy and humble, just being here, because a lot of things, like I said, I don't know if my family has, well, I take that back. I had an uncle. He did real good. He was a football player too. He went to TU. But, just being another stepping stone and letting my nieces and nephews know that, you can be better than me. You can do way better, do much more than myself, just like my uncle. That's all I want to do, is show them that it's possible.